Oh, you do? It's William. So he's just whittling on my little tri-stick, just cleaning it up a little bit and playing around, trying different knives. I keep going back to the original. You know, maybe it's just the knife that I'm comfortable with. I don't know, but it works. It fits everything that I need a knife to do. And I say knife, okay? There's other cutting tools. I'm not saying this is a one-tool option. I'm saying that this is everything that I want a knife to do, okay? But I was playing around with this other one. I came up with a different design with the Woodsman's Grind. It's kind of like a kukri style blade. See how the handle, if you hold it straight, the blade drops below the handle, so it's kind of more of a kukri style, and it does well. It does. I mean, it's a good design. It's a little bit blade heavy, so it's a little bit better chopper than say this knife. This knife is more balanced. This one is a little bit more blade heavy, but again, certain people's use, I mean, that may be the better choice for them. I don't know. It just depends on how you want to use a knife. So, but anyway, just out here on a Sunday, just kind of whittling on a stick, relaxing a little bit, just playing around, testing the different knives out, and yeah, I mean, it's a good knife. If you see the difference in them, this Scandi portion here is a little bit longer. I find that when I'm carving, I use this portion up here more than anything. So I figured maybe about 1.5 inches from the handle is where the Scandi should continue on. And so I've been trying that. And I really don't see much of a difference, to be honest, to carry that Scandi that far out. But if you wanted more of a survival chopping kukri style knife like this, then it would probably be a better option using as a draw knife, because you'd have a wider area there to use as the cutting edge. This knife here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's this portion here, the flat starts about here, and it's a full flat from about this portion on. The Scandi, of course, goes all the way through the 11 to 12 degree angle, so it's one edge to cut, but that I'm getting that grind to where it just blends so well that you can't see those grind lines, or the primary grind lines. Now the secondary grind lines, which is the cutting edge, which is basically the Scandi all the way through, of course you can see those. And this knife, I left some of the heat treat on there, just kind of make it a rugged, antique looking finish. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice knife. But I keep going back to this knife. I don't know, I just like the way it feels. Also, someone had asked, why not just carry 11 to 12 degree angle all the way through? So I think that's probably a good option on the thinner steels. And this is a very small river companion. It's smaller than my usual river companions. It's probably about a 1/4 inch narrow. It's made out of well, it started out as 3/32, but I even cut it down further than that. It's probably about 1/16 of an inch. 01. It's very thin, very flexible, and I use this as a companion knife, and I use it a lot in the shop because mostly what I cut in the shop is leather and things like that, and so you need a real thin blade. But this knife, I don't know if you can see the edge or not, but it has a 11 to 12 degree angle on it. So if you look at the blade, when you're sharpening it, you're only picking the blade up about that far, not far at all. So you got a very shallow angle when you're sharpening, but it carves, wheels, and cuts leather like a dream. So that is an option. I don't think it's an option on the thicker steels. I mean, you could try that, but I don't think that is something that's going to be that beneficial on the thicker steels. But anyway, I think the thin steels, it works great. Of course, you need a high quality steel to do this. I know my 1095 will not handle a edge that thin. The 01 handles it without any problems. My 01. I can't speak for anybody else, okay? But I do know that my 01 will handle this. I've been using this knife in the shop probably about 2 weeks. Gone through 10 leather sheaths with it. Just everyday use in the shop, carving, cutting, and so on, and the edge is held up perfectly. I mean, it's never chipped, it's never rolled. Now, doing push cuts, even though I have the spine rounded, it's still a very thin spine, and it will work on the thumb, even my thumb. And my thumbs are fairly toughened up. But again, I think that this is as a companion knife is a great knife, or as a shop knife, for what I use in the shop anyway. But the R&D is still continuing. I'm starting to get some feedback, some more feedback. I had one give me a private video. There were some things that basically he didn't care for the knife. Okay, I'm an honest guy, so I'm gonna tell you honestly, he didn't care for the knife. And his reasoning was that he would prefer to carry two knives. He felt that the Scandi portion didn't fit him as far as what he used the knife for. He's more of a bushcrafter, and he did say that it was like carrying two knives, which that was the intent. he just didn't like that option. Okay. He did do a tri-stick, and he said it excelled at the tri-stick. If you was just going to do notches and things like that, which a woodsman, in my mind, when I designed the knife, that's what its intent was, to do camp chores for notches, trap triggers, things that I consider a woodsman would do on camp. It's not a Sloyd knife, and he would prefer a Sloyd knife to do carving, and a full flat butcher knife to do his meat processing. Okay, so, but hey, I got some good feedback, and even though he didn't like the knife, he basically concurred with me that the knife was a good general purpose knife for a woodsman to use, what I consider a woodsman to use a knife for. It's a good butcher knife. It's a good camp craft knife, and when I say that, I mean feather sticks, doing notches, doing pot hangers, doing things that I would consider a woodsman would do on the camp. Okay, now it's not a Sloyd knife. You can use it as a Sloyd knife if you want to, but it's not a design for that, and it's not going to excel at that. So, but anyway, he that was his feedback on it, and actually it was good. I really appreciate him doing that, and it wasn't a design that he he would prefer. And I'm sure that there's hundreds and thousands of others out there feel the same way. This is not a knife for everybody. That's the reason we have different designs, we have different knife makers, we have all this other stuff to choose from, is because we're not all alike. Hey, it's what makes the world go round. So anyway, I do appreciate him doing that. And I'm expecting another video here any day from somebody else that I've got a little bit of feedback from, he likes the design. He had two different designs to play around with, so he's gonna do a video on those two knives and give me his thoughts on it. But he likes the design, and it fits what he likes to do so far. He's still playing around with it, but anyway, that should be coming up pretty quick. So anyway, that's really all I had for an update. Just still playing with it. Some people are getting confused and thinking that I'm trying to come up with a one-tool option. That is the furthest thing from my mind. Another thing is, I don't believe in a one-tool option. If there was such a thing, I would think a one-tool option would be an axe. It would not be a knife. Okay, so that's my thoughts. If there was such a thing, which I still don't think is such a thing. I'd hate to try to fillet a fish with an axe. You catch my meaning. But anyway, another thing is, this is not a gimmick to sell knives. I don't need this to sell knives. I get anywhere from 4 to 5 orders a week, more than I can do. I've got orders, I got on the books, when I counted them about 2 months ago, I had 80 plus orders, and that's just orders. That doesn't mean knives per order. Some of them have 2 and 3 knives per order, so I don't need this to sell knives. This is not what this is about. This is about me trying to improve on something that fits me, and I thought maybe that you guys, some of you, may benefit from it as well. And from the comments that I'm getting back, the majority of them, and there's been several that's been ordered so far, so I think that there's other people that feel the same way as I do, and think that this design, or a variance of this design, is beneficial to a lot of people. It's not going to be beneficial to everybody. Like I said, I mean, this is not, we're all different. We all use a knife different. We all have different expectations from a knife. So all I ask is you to keep an open mind and think about how you use a knife, and would a design of this semblance be beneficial to you. Now this grind, it's a grind. It's not a blade shape. It's it's a grind. I keep going back to that because this is a woodsman's grind. See, the blade shape is more of a drop point or spear point. Then it transfers easily into a kukri style blade. Okay. And here's the woodsman's grind on a river companion. So it's transferable to different blade designs. You can order a woods journey, and I can put a woodsman's grind on it. You can order a Johnny Rancher and say, I want a woodsman's grind. I'll put a woodsman's grind on it. A lot of people has been concerned about the price. It's only about a $10 upcharge to put that woodsman's grind on there, because I have to do a grind twice, which the process I'm doing now is I've about got it down to where I can excuse me, I can do them fairly quickly. I don't want to say quickly, but it does take a little bit of time, therefore the $10 upcharge. But it's not as long as it was before. So, but it's an option. If you like doing camp chores and you also want a portion of the blade to be a butcher style or a kitchen style knife, then that's an option for you. So anyway, that's probably enough of me rambling. But I thought maybe I would kind of give you an update and let you know where we stand. I still have some feedback expected from a couple of others, and there's others out there that's still playing with them, with different knives, and so far I've had one that said the knife excelled at certain things, but it wasn't for him. We'll just leave it at that. And so there you have it. Till the next one, you guys get in the backyard, whittle on a stick, build a fire, roast weenie, take a child with you if you have the opportunity, and be sure and you have those plenty of band-aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.